Hello YouTube, World's Worst Poro here, beginning episode 3 of Crash Landing Hard Route Walkthrough. In this episode, going to be mainly wanting to focus on automation of some of the more boring tasks, like basically filling up water bottles from dirt. I don't really want to be doing that. And also creating dirt in barrels. So, to that end, I'm going to go into the quest book here. Next quest I need to be working on is Even Hotter, Unfired Crucible, Unfired Clay Bucket, which you're going to need that, when I'd left off, I gathered 7 bone meal and 7 clay. Well, actually all of the clay, so you're going to need 7 bone meal combined with 7 clay to get porcelain clay. Combine that in a crafting big grid to get an unfired crucible. Then the unfired clay buckets, just 3 clay formed in a bucket shape, and that will complete that quest. For the reward, I suggest ingot cast because whether you use sword blade or pickaxe head, you will always end up using ingot cast for something. So I just kind of suggest taking that one. I'm going to put my extra stuff in here. Okay. But that opens up the next quest, Metal Dusts. Need 4 of each type of ingot that is not aluminum, so you don't need to worry about aluminum. Okay, there's lead. Need 4 of that. Do I have any? I do have some wood here. Going to likely need more wood as this goes on. Also likely going to be needing my sieving products here. Gonna need gold, copper, tin. Have enough lead. Might need silver though. Probably will need bone meal. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those and take them back inside. Put those in there. Actually do have enough iron to complete that part, so I'm going to go ahead and manual detect that. The unfired clay bucket is essentially useless. I would just go ahead and just toss that somewhere. But the unfired crucible, on the other hand, is quite useful. So you're going to want to actually fire that one up. Manual detect the lead. Okay. Cooked the crucible, so that's ready now. Going to need copper. Probably only need just the 4 for now. I'm running out of wood in there. Let's get that cooking while I go out and gather this tree. Go ahead and replant it. Since I have another piece of dirt, I'm actually going to plant yet another tree. Doesn't particularly matter where, you just kind of have to have enough room for both trees to be able to grow. Rice is still just kind of growing. Anyway, back to this. Copper's done. So let's manual detect that. Okay, the next ones we're going to need gold, tin, and silver. So, don't have quite enough gold. I am going to have enough tin, however. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the tin portion of that and turn more of these into planks just to kind of smelt some stuff. Okay. And since those are cold water bottles, I'm just going to go ahead and store them in here. So the other mechanic, when you're out of fluid transposer energy, which I'm almost there, that you use in order to get water, is you need dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and make another piece of that. And your empty bottle to get dirty water. just like you did in one of the very early quests. And then if you smelt the dirty water in the furnace, you'll actually get back clean water. So that's the other option. Okay, there's tin. Oh, should manual detect that first. Okay, only waiting on silver and gold now. It's almost nighttime, so I want to have my sleeping bag at the ready. Gold. No more silver yet. Still have plenty of dust in there. Can actually help it sieve if you want to a little bit. Actually got one piece of silver ore. Pulverized silver ore. Now go ahead and sleep through the night. Don't want any monsters spawning. That would kind of ruin our day. I'm just going to help it sieve just a little bit. Try to get enough silver and gold to finish that quest. The automation portion comes after this quest, so that's why I'm kind of trying to rush it and get through it. So, tin, gold. I have the only piece of silver on me, so I'll go ahead and look at if I have enough gold. Looks like I do. I'm gonna have 4 pieces of gold. Silver, it looks like we're 2 off, so while I'm waiting for those to sieve out, another tree's grown, so gonna go ahead and harvest that. Okay, gonna take the drops back inside, put them in here. Have quite a few birch leaves there now, so that's good. So as I was saying about dirt in glass bottle, it's dirty water. Smelting dirt gets you regular water. So now I'm just missing silver. Go ahead and smelt those 3 pieces after I put this water bottle in my camelback. Then I kind of just want the rest of that silver, so I'm actually gonna come out here, see if I can speed the process up a little bit. Perfect, that's plenty. And I'm going to go ahead and put the other drop back in there. So that will actually be enough. When I smelt that final piece of silver. Then I'm actually going to take this 4 cobblestone I have right here, and I'm going to turn it into regular stone. What I'm going to end up making with it is a watering can. It will be helpful later for farming purposes. But anyway, I can go ahead and get my reward. Resource-wise, leadstone thrusters are probably the most expensive, so I would actually just recommend taking those because you're going to want a jetpack eventually, and that will just kind of help you out with that part. I do have a hardened flux capacitor now, so if you want to, you can swap that out and you can still keep using your fluid transposer. But one of the next things we'll be doing, it kind of gets rid of the reason that we really need that. So, next one's moving things around. They want you to make a fluid duct. Which is just copper and lead. Okay. Then they want you to make item ducts, which is tin and lead. Actually going to end up making, I think, oh, no, I don't think with just the base 4 that you have enough to complete the entire quest. So I'm going to go ahead and just do one set of item ducts, because the last thing you need is leadstone leadstone energy conduit. That's right. So redstone, 2 lead, and a glass. So going to need a hammer. Turn it into gravel, and then sand. Smelt the sand to get glass. Have my 4 stone for my next part. But I also need redstone. That'll be plenty. Gosh dang it. Actually, I wonder if that's ore dictionaried. Nope. Okay. So I'm going to have to take out another piece of cobblestone since I goofed. I'm going to keep my redstone in this box. Okay, have our piece of glass now. Put it in there. Leadstone energy conduits. Nice. So that gets you another leadstone flux capacitor, a portable tank, and an iron chest. Iron chest being great for just storing all of the random junk that you've kind of accumulated up to this point. Like wooden armor and bone knife parts. Things like that. Ingot cast. And well, I want to keep the cooked silkworms on me. And those. Okay. Portable tank will be helpful here in a little bit. So, now that that's completed, next one is melting leaves. You need a bucket of water. And we do want a bucket, but not necessarily for water quite yet. What we're actually going to use it on first will be the Pyrotheum. Getting pretty hungry here, so gonna hold off on that portion and actually start automating dirt production. We need a lot of dirt going here, and also probably our rice. So all you're going to need for that, you're going to need, basically to start out you can do fine with 3 birch barrels, but you may want more. Okay, so I have 3 barrels. Going to need 2 chests. One will be input, one will be output. You need your item ducts. Item ducts. Taking tin and lead. Well, can go ahead and actually smelt another piece of lead because you need about 6. You need about 6 fluid ducts. You need 12 item ducts, excuse me. That was completely off. Not what I was going for saying at all. So basically you need that many because the automation setup that I'm going to be doing just basically requires it. I'll just show you guys in a little bit here. I do have 2 barrels. 3 barrels and 2 chests. So I'm just going to come over here. Kind of just line it out. Have an input chest, output chest. Either one can be either. Actually going to make right one input, left one output. Then you just need item ducts. And then you need something that will transmit a redstone signal. You can use either just redstone torches, or you can also use switches if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and make about 5 redstone torches. basically gonna need your crescent hammer out too. Toggle those to pull. That one's our output chest, so they're pulling and going into that chest. So then we need to have this one toggled to output. Turn it on, deactivate this one. Now, it's just a simple matter of loading it up with leaves. I'm not going to use all of the leaves in there. I'm going to do quite a few though. And then it should start automatically filling a barrel. See, add compostable items. That's how you know it's working. Okay, it's getting to be nighttime again. So I have a sleeping bag at the ready. I have a lot of trees to gather, so that's good. And I'm going to eat some spider eye soup really quick. So the next portion of automation, now that we've got our dirt going, is we're going to want water to be automated. By this point, I assume you're getting pretty tired of having to either use your fluid transposer or make dirty water just to get water filled back up. So what you can actually do is make use of the portable tank and the crucible, and you can get a fairly nice automated water setup going fairly early. So let me just repair my shovel pretty quickly here. Basically, I'm just repairing it because I want to fill in this trench here. I don't really need it anymore, and it's just kind of going to cause problems now. If you're running low on food, like I still have some stock, I still have raw fish, I still have quite a bit of food here actually. You want to just kind of rush food right now instead of going for water. But I think I'm in a good enough place that I can actually afford to just kind of get that automation going. And what you're going to do for the food is you're going to need to be sieving dirt in order to get different types of seeds. And you especially want a grass seed. But while we are waiting on basically our automation to do the work for us, the next thing you're going to need for water is you're going to need crucible and a bucket and your pickaxe. So come up here, knock open a hole so that you can see the pyrotheum. Be careful when you're approaching it. You don't want to get lit on fire. Put it in your inventory. And as soon as you grab it, you want to immediately put it in your inventory, otherwise your heat's going to spike really high, and you don't really want that to happen. Then all you need is a place to put it. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. So the crucible is going to go 2 above the pyrotheum block. Well, actually, the crucible is going directly above the pyrotheum block. You want to dig too deep, though, because the pyrotheum will light blocks next to it on fire. If you do it correctly, you should see 0.7 millibuckets per tick. Then, basically, what you're going to need is your final redstone torch or switch. I actually suggest a switch for this, but since I don't have one, I'm going to go with the redstone torch just for right now. Place a fluid duct, place a portable tank. Make sure to swap it to output mode, and then you'll just have to feed it leaves. So that will work for right now, but what you really want is you want to just be able to put leaves in a chest and have it automatically do that for you. So I'm going to do that next. For that, you're going to actually need aluminum. Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. When the rice is grown, you want to make sure that you basically get more planted as soon as possible. Have some pieces of dirt here now. I'm actually going to go ahead and plant some more rice. And you can turn the actual rice itself into a rice seed by doing what I just did, where you put it in a crafting grid. So next, aluminum. For a hopper, you're going to just need 5, and then some wood in order to make. Actually, you're going to want 2 chests. So let me go ahead and gather these trees. Okay, shears are completely broken, so I'm going to head back inside and make some more really quick. Aluminum's almost done though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that at basically the same time. So, aluminum. Going to need 2 chests. 1 for the hopper. And 1 for actually putting leaves in too. Then I needed another pair of shears, so shears. Now just come over here, place your hopper directly on top of the crucible, chest directly on top of that, put leaves in, and watch it take care of your water problems. So I had this going, so I'm going to go ahead and finish shearing up this tree and this one. Basically, you can kind of go back and forth between which of those automated systems you're feeding leaves to. You can remember, though, that one's more convenient for water, but it is actually slightly less efficient in leaves per millibucket of water, because you can actually turn 8 leaves into dirt and then into water. But it just requires, smelting. So you can kind of gauge what you want to do with that. And dirt's also can be a bit more usable because you can sieve it to get different types of seeds, which I'm going to actually do now. I'm going to go ahead and feed this 14 dirt into there. And it will just kind of automatically sieve those for me. So now, have fully set up automated water production. All you have to do now is just kind of right click it on with an empty bottle, and you can just fill it up. This, you just shove leaves in the right one, wait for them to come out the left. So that's all fine and dandy, but one thing you do want to complete is you want to get a bucket of water, which you're going to do over here. Basically, you just have to wait for 1,000 millibuckets of water to be in your portable tank. Then you can right-click and turn that one in. And this is actually a pretty nice reward because oak saplings have the opportunity to drop apples in addition to just growing to be bigger than normal trees. If there's basically a small chance that they just grow into super huge trees. So you can actually get quite a bit out of them. And I'm just going to go ahead and grow this tree a couple times until I have enough saplings to plant all of them as oak instead, since oak's just better. Oh, yep, got 3 already. So sweet. But one thing you'll be noticing by this point is you're getting close to diminishing returns. Diminishing returns start after eating any food 5 more times. So that means it's time to kick it in high gear for getting food. Part of the way you do that is going to be You don't want to put all your saplings in there, but you can put some. But anyway, part of the way you're going to be doing that is by getting dirt and sieving it in there to get different types of seeds. But there's also the quest, Hunger Games, 10 rice seeds, which will actually get you an orange sapling and toast. Now, I can actually make use of this stone that I'd actually made quite a while ago in making a watering can. Just need a bowl, 4 stone, and bone meal to get a watering can. Then you just have to come out here, right click. Gosh dang it. Can kind of block that off permanently now. Don't want to do that yet, just in case I need to bait more monsters in. But anyway. Just need to come over here and right click on the water source block. Then when you hold down right click, you should be getting this kind of watering, drawing a blank on the word for it, particle effect, there we go, yeah. And that's kind of just how you know it's working. It will just kind of help things grow a little bit faster, but you do kind of want to use bone meal if you want to speed things up really. And I just made a mistake. If you right click on a mature plant, it will basically just replant it instantly, which is not what you want to do when you're trying to grow the rice. Okay, I need to go to sleep really quick. Nope, not throw a sleeping bag. And I'm going to run inside to sleep just in case something crazy happens, you know. Okay. Back to rice. You can actually do quite a bit with rice. It's not the best food source, but it's a fairly good one, so you can invest quite a bit of space into it and it will be okay. Especially if it's the only seed you have at this point, which I should have some other ones growing over here, so it shouldn't be my only seed. Sugarcane. That's unfortunate, actually. Sugarcane's not directly useful for any food, but you can use it to get sugar, so yeah, it could be worse. Anyway, have 5 rice, 2 rice seeds. Yep, see, that's what I was talking about, the tree growing bigger. They occasionally just do that. Just kind of make a monster tree. Unfortunately, I'm not terribly worried about trees right now. I need to worry more about food. So I'm just going to kind of keep using bone meal. And if you have 1 extra or 2 extra, you can convert them back to rice seeds, but that'll be 10 and 10. So I can submit that. And then there's the second part of the quest. You need to have had 9 pieces of dirt in your inventory at one time, and 1 thing of grass seed, which I'm hoping I get 1 here soon. I'm actually not getting very many seeds at all. So you can actually turn it off round robin. You can have it go only first slot if you kind of need to have it focus on just one type of sieving. Though I do want to add, more dust into there for later. I'm gonna go ahead and eat spider eye soup. As you're approaching kind of the limit, like I start getting diminishing returns after 3 more pieces of food. I'm kind of trying to wait for as long as possible before that happens. So I'm eating some of the more nutritious things I have. Oh, and I'm completely out of water in my camel pack, so you can kind of just come over here. I need 4 bottles, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill it back up. I think I'm gonna harvest this tree and then basically call it good for the episode. I do need to make another pair of shears though, most likely. You do run through them pretty quickly. So I need my axe. Okay. Actually going to gather some dust so that I can get up higher to harvest the tree. Need those, okay. This is basically one reason why the easy modes can actually become a lot easier than a hard route. If this happens with, say, your first tree, since you get oak saplings right away in the easy route, you'd actually be kind of okay on water for a while. And also on wood. Finally got an apple. 2 apples. 3 apples. I'm not going to actually try to harvest every single leaf on this thing. That would just kind of take too long. And I don't have the patience for it. I want to harvest every piece of wood or it won't go away. But I think every leaf is a little bit much. I might get a few more though. Yep, completely broke an entire set of shears all by itself, just the one tree. Okay. So one thing you want to make sure to do with one of the apples that you get from your oak tree is to combine it in a crafting kit and get an apple sapling. I'm going to store most of this in here. Because water we're still doing completely fine, so you can kind of be your own judge of that, but okay, sieving. Remember to deactivate first slot only when you're done. But I'm not quite done with first slot only, so have a tomato seed. Need a piece of dirt. And I think this is about where we're going to leave off. Have a couple different types of food getting ready. We have automated water now, automated dirt production. And we're looking to be in a fairly good place, getting a bit hungry and really need some Really needed grass seeds soon, or could actually be in a bit of trouble. But do have a little bit of food reserves here. So I think we should be okay. Well, got quite a bit done in this episode, so I think this is where I leave off. World's Worst Poro signing off. Have a great day, everyone.